I got a message from the ancestors. I do have a message from the ancestors. That's just how I'm gonna just start this one off. This is a message from the ancestors. And of course, I'm a storyteller, so I'm gonna try to keep this one short, to the point, get on my talking points, and then get it moving, so you can catch a quick replay and then be out. All right. So check it. Um, Also, please, please, please don't hesitate to share this with 5 people. You know what I mean? Like, get this message around. Um, I'm OE Sun Team Taurus, Bali, Indonesia, Ubud, and happy to be here. Let's open up with a nice prayer first. Big inhale through the nose. Abdul Kul Tafel Atat, Wabazon, Gama Farragoon, Shilel Kaloon. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. And I am one with all, and all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. And I can be all that I wish in all as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Istinje, Ilaku. So, most everybody knows in a class um, that's bigger than me, and then I've been wanting to do it for like 10 years. And this class is love, abundance, and wisdom. And in this class, I have basically was like I had to divide it into every Saturday of the month. So on the first Saturday, I had to teach class one, which is about love and freedom. The second Saturday was about abundance and happiness. The third one, which was last week, which is the beginning of the year on the solstice. Salute, Happy New Year. Um, that was cosmic clarity, and then this one is wisdom and purpose this Saturday. Anyone that you missed, a you can get the replay, or you can get the whole bundle and get all 4 replays. So don't think that when I'm talking about, oh, it was live, I can't catch it. That's why I have them all like that, because this is like the way we can speak the same language. All right. So if you want to get the course, if you want to get the new course, you just go over to the Cosmic Jedi and you just click on enroll, click on the, and then it'll take you right to it. But this last one is around wisdom. So love, it was all about relationships. Abundance was about money, currency, mindset. Clarity was the year of the dragon is coming up, and how do you get in the right energy cycles? And now wisdom, it's time to talk about the ancestors, mainly the ancestors, some tantra, and several rituals. This is the one where I give out lots and lots and lots of this is the one where I give out lots and lots of rituals according to what people need, right? Wisdom and purpose. So everything has been around your purpose, but this has also been around what that particular chapter was. So here in Bali on the full moon, I'm 12 hours ahead. I went to a concert last night, and it was like one, two, it was somebody on keys, somebody on violin, somebody on cello. There was the lead singer, the sister who was just singing. They had a little MIDI machine they were making beats on, and it was the uncle on these drums. He was playing with his fingers, and there was somebody else that had a machine over there. So I guess that's like 7 people, and it blew me away 100%. I was just like, whoa. And I laid back knowing that I was coming to teach this class, but I was like, what is the message that I need to deliver in this class? Because it's a full moon in Aries, I have Chiron in Aries. How do I heal my inner child? How do I, Chiron is the wounded healer. How do I stand in my truth, stand in my power, and give this out, right? And I just laid back and just let the music just come over me. I just let the music just come over me, right? And it was amazing. It was like totally amazing. And all the flyers that you see on my Instagram, guess what? That's that's really how the whole situation came about. Well, not I had been planning on doing this for 10 years, and then I put the class up 6 weeks ago, but I always like have the specifics on what I'm going to teach like the day before or 2 days before it gets downloaded to me. And so in this particular download, it was like these are the things around your ancestors that we want you to share, right? So um the first one was, are you a lighthouse to your ancestors? Like, what is that about? What is being a lighthouse to your ancestors? Big shouts out to everybody just fell up in here. Peace to the fam. What up? It's Queen's TV. Danielle is in the building. I was just talking to you. Al, Queen Shabazz in the house. How you doing? One of my favorite Libras, of course. And I was like, me and Brittany was talking about this. And you being the lighthouse for your ancestors is you're the one that's here to break the generational curses. So I'm here to break the generational curses of my ancestors. I'm here to clean up all the ancestral debris of my relationships with my, or that my ancestors left me. So your ancestors left you generational debris, ancestral debris that you have to clean up. So it's only the black sheep that's going to have to be the lighthouse to clean up the ancestral debris. So tomorrow I'm going to get into that. I might talk about it a little more now, but there were other pieces that needed to be talked about as well. Was what about high angel? So there's high angel magic, but what about high ancestral magic? So when you are talking about the magic of your ancestors, are you doing low vibrational magic or are you doing high ancestral magic? So I'm going to be talking about high ancestral magic tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about unlocking your ancestors, because when you unlock yourself, you unlock your ancestors. Wherever you go, your ancestors are with you. You can't go somewhere and your ancestors ain't rocking with you. They right there too. They wherever you going, they like, we out here too. If you get in a fight or you depressed or you learning something or whatever you're going through, your ancestors is right there with you. You hungry, they hungry. Now you might be full and forget to feed your ancestors and they still be hungry. So another topic is feed your ancestors so they don't feed off of you. Because they will take from you because they don't have. So they won't look at you as like, oh, that's my nephew, that's my godson, blah, 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 blah. They're going to look at you and say, talk, you know what I'm saying? They're going to come and be like, I need that. So there's a debt that your ancestors can carry into the next life that they still have to take care of it. So I like to explain this. Please share this with 5 people. If you on Instagram, if you on YouTube, wherever you at, you got an email, you got a text from me. Share this with 5 people so they can get this just general knowledge around ancestors, which may not be so general. Tomorrow we're gonna go a little deeper about how you do the connection to all of these and resolving it. But these are just, I'm just talking about what's happening with your ancestors that you may not be aware of. Feed your ancestors so they don't feed off of you. So you are a, whatever you work, job, or you're an entrepreneur, and you want this Nikon camera that costs $1,500, and so and you're saving $400 a week from your check or wherever money's coming in. So in 1 month you're going to have $1,600. You're going to go over there and get this camera. So right before you got $1,200 saved up, you only need another $300, and you about to get paid the next day, but you ain't been feeding your ancestors, and all of a sudden the transmission go out in your car. But you already missed 2 days at work, and you can't miss another one or they'll fire you. Do you miss work and be like, bump that car, I'll just save the money and I'm going to get my camera, or you're going to spend $1,100 on getting your transmission fixed. Ouch. Ouch. So now your ancestors came and took that money. What they say, gas, grass, or ass, nobody rides for free. They came and took the bread from you. They fed off of you because you wasn't feeding them. It's so much easier. When you be thinking money just slipping through your hands, you don't know how to keep up with it. A lot of times it's your starving ancestors that you not accommodating. Yeah, they your responsibility. They looking for somebody doing good in the line so they can come eat. They starving. You don't just die and go to heaven. You don't just die and become a strong ancestor. It don't work like that. That's not how this game is played. All right. So you have to do something that's going to get them to stop feeding off of you. That's why I be talking about unlock your ancestors. They locked into this debt. My father died. He had $34,000 worth of debt when he died. He took that with him. There are entities on the other side that will give your ancestors a very unfair loan. They'll be like, here's $200,000. Your grandma and granddaddy believed in Jesus. So they went ahead and took the money. But they're not in heaven. They don't see Jesus. They don't see the angels. They're not in hell yet. They're in between. They're in this stasis, right? They took the 200,000, thought they was good, but all the prices is 10 times high. Candy bars, $60. A pizza, $120. Now you done ran through the 200,000 and the entity come back and say, let me get that 4 million you owe me. 4 million? How you can't charge me interest like that? Who you gonna tell? There's so many really bad entities out here that are holding your ancestors and making as slaves because you ain't doing nothing about it. I could say because they ain't doing nothing about it, but nobody taught them on this side, which is another thing we're going to be talking about is becoming an ancestor. What's the journey of an ancestor? How did you become an ancestor? That's what I'm about to talk about now. I want to talk about my talking points for tomorrow first. Ancestral moon magic. First time I've ever taught that. I'm about to just go over like, what is the best phase of the moon to do what ritual for what ancestor? What ancestor is ailing, needs this thing? When should you do it? Which moon cycle should you do this ritual on to aid this ancestor? Salute, Real Crown Domestics. Peace, peace. Vontae is in the building. Peace to the God. What up over there in the United States of America? I love y'all. And because our ancestors is everywhere. That's the other thing I know that affected my dream last night, which is why I really love Bali. Your ancestors are supposed to go from physical to the bardo in the middle and move on to what is called the Pure Lands or Nirvana, which is to the light. That's the objective, which we mistakenly call heaven, right? Well, there's all these fables and stories around what happens. The Balinese keep their ancestors here in the bardo and they work them. They get them to assist them, but they know they can't work unless they feed them. So every day they give them a little bit of rice, a cracker, a cigarette. Every day they're making offerings all the time. Like I'm looking out my window right now. The lady came out there, the chickens was right behind her. But the ancestor might be in the chicken, he might be in the dog, whatever. Because they are, especially all these black dogs over here, that's another story. But they feed their ancestors because they're asking from their ancestors. If I ask something from someone, I expect I need to eat first before I go deliver because I need calories to complete what I'm completing. Does that make sense? Who can work when they're tired? Put your name, like comment on that. Can you work when you're tired? Also, please list your team zodiac, what city and state you're from, and your human design if you know it. Just Big OE's son, your favorite cosmic Jedi. I'm your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer. I'm your favorite realtor's favorite astrologer. I'm your favorite stripper's favorite astrologer. I'm your favorite gangster's favorite astrologer. I'm your favorite politician's favorite astrologer. All of that. I'm their favorite. I have some of my own favorites too, but I know I'm their favorite. Big shouts out to all my Yiming Zhu gangs. That's very important. You wearing your Yiming Zhu and doing magic with your Yiming Zhu is assisting your ancestors. That's big. That's big magic. All right. And the police is coming by here one more time. You never see police over here. You might see some immigration coming through this joint. What up, Team Scorpio? Phoenix, Arizona in the building. Mickey G is in the house. Libra gang. Salute, salute, salute. Thanks for sliding by. Love from the London, the UK. Team Capricorn in the building. What up, what up? Are you coming to class tomorrow? It's at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern. This is the wisdom of the ancestors. Are you the lighthouse? What is it to be the lighthouse for your ancestors? Are you now? Some of us, some people who not watching this, who won't come to class, they're not the lighthouse for their ancestors. This class is if you know you the lighthouse for your ancestors. Everybody in your family is not gonna come here to break the generational curse. Only needs to be one of you. My cousins, they not it. Healing your ancestors, that's my responsibility. Cleaning up their debris, cleaning up their debt. The science of ancestral magic. How does that work? How does ancestral magic work? You need to know that if you're going to be the lighthouse keeper. Big ancestor energy. How do you get big energy over here, over to your ancestors over there? How do you keep your ancestors in big ancestor energy? What up, Lucy? Team Aquarius, thank you for sliding by. Hope you come into class tomorrow. You need it, you and your ancestors. Do you know every time you show up for a class, you bring your ancestors? So like we averaging around 22 people coming to class. When you watch this video, maybe in 2024, 2025 though, it'll probably already have thousands of people came and got the replay. That means you brought thousands of ancestors with you. Every time you study a class or take a class, your ancestors are in the class with you. Keep that in mind. Anytime you're doing a ritual for yourself, all your ancestors are present. So how do we get big ancestor energy up for the ancestors? And what about ancestors and emotions? Do you know anything about ancestors and emotions? How does that play out? Where are your emotions at when you're dealing with your ancestors? What is ancestral power? How do you tap into it and say, I need to get power to my ancestors, but I also need to pull power from them when we're working together. If I'm lifting up a refrigerator, I need some help. You need to have some power with you, right? And then, ancestors and emotional magic. Your ancestors and emotions, but also ancestors and emotional magic. And then, if I'm gonna unlock the ancestors, what about ancestral freedom? Because we talk about living free, but what about your ancestors living free? They need to live free as well. Ja Sun, Team Aquarius, Moon in Aquarius, ruling planet Uranus from LA, land of the angels, Los Angeles, California. Salute to you and your ancestors. Thanks for sliding through. I hope I see all of y'all in class tomorrow. Come on, man, slide. Bring you and all your ancestors and bring your chart. It's still a bring your chart affair, and it's still spend the day with your boy OE Sun. All right. Now, today I'm gonna just teach the piece around the journey of the ancestors and how they became a journey. Then I'm going to get something to eat. So we're gonna take you for an example. So put your name in the chat. Who are you? John, Mrs. Clip, Mickey G, whoever you are, you're here right now. But one day you want to ascend to be an ancestor. Are you gonna be on somebody's altar? Because when you leave this plane, you're still gonna need light from the sun. You're gonna need water. You're gonna need health care. You're gonna need food. You're gonna need money. So where is it at? Like you think about a 401k plan here, you put money up, you buying crypto, you want to save money, you got investments and stuff like that, you can pull equity out of. Did you store any money in heaven? Did you store any money in heaven? What up, Nay? Thanks for sliding through. Drop in your team zodiac and what city and state you represent so I can give you a shout out. I love putting money in heaven. I let my grandma hold several $billion. I let my father, Arthur Lee Carter, hold several $billion. I let my grandfather, Napoleon. I let my other grandfather, Hollis Hilliard. I let my grandmother, Eliza Hilliard. I let my Uncle Fred. I let my Aunt Gloria. I let them all, Timothy and Missouri Hilliard. You see, I'm calling their names out. An ancestor, you got to remember them so they can stay. Because once you don't remember them, they're not moving toward the light. They're moving towards some dark area. And hell is cold, not hot. And they can be in hell, and then you can get out of hell. Hell is not forever and ever and ever. Everything's a phase. So your ancestors in hell, you can get them out. Your ancestors in the middle, you can move them to the light. While they're here, they can work for you, though. They get to the light, guess what? Now you got an anchor in the light that can help pull you when you become an ancestor. Think. Stop thinking about, I'm only going to be in this world. Put a little something to the side, yo. Put a little something forward. Put a little something forward. You feel me? Team Scorpio, Dallas, Texas in the building. Salute. Put a little something forward. Pay it forward. Put some money on put some money on your light books. You have a light body that your ancestors didn't know about. So they didn't put no money on it because they got bamboozled out of their inheritance. They sitting up there thinking that, oh, when I die, I'm going to heaven, I'm going to hell. Or I'm going to just pray and ask for forgiveness right before I die. Please, Lord, take me. Then you wake up and you're on the other side of the veil, but you still in Los Angeles, you still in Oakland, you still in Milwaukee, you still in Fayetteville, North Carolina, you still in Miami. You like, this shit's so familiar. This don't look like heaven. That's my house over there. That little JoJo house over there. Then you walking through walls and you feeling a certain kind of way. And then you feeling hungry but don't know how to eat because ain't nobody put no food on the altar for you. Nobody's saying your name. Right? So stating your ancestors' name keeps them alive. It gives them energy, but you need to give them more energy through your magic, through your emotions, through physical food, physical money, water, all of that. I'm not speaking of just of ancestor money. I'm speaking of taking care of ancestors. If I give you some money, what do you do with it? Why you can't keep no money? Because you have to circulate the money to pay rent, get candy bars, put tires on your car, buy jewelry, wash your clothes, healthcare. Your money is currency, it's energy that you give in exchange for something that you need. Your ancestors still need on the other side. So it's better just to give give money, give ancestor money, give ancestor money, give ancestor money. That's okay, but your ancestors ain't getting ancestor money and then not doing nothing with it. When you pass, when you die, when you transition, guess what? You also now have to still pay. When you dream at night and you see a light and you see the sun, but you're in a different place, it's the same sun that's in the daytime. You don't leave this plane when you're dreaming. It's still the sun. When you leave this lifetime, the sun is still the same sun. My daddy is still off the same sun that I'm on right now. I'm in Bali, the sun is out. My daddy's still eating from the same sun. Right? A lot of people didn't know that in the journey to becoming an ancestor. So how do we prepare ourselves? Because you're going to be an ancestor. So you have to look at the journey of the ancestor that you say you calling upon. That's big things right there. So you came down as a recycle. You was in the etherical plane. You was in the etherical plane. Chef Mickey G. You was in the etherical plane. You made a cosmic contract to come down to the physical plane through the womb of your mother. She's a woman. She's not random either. You have some kind of contract with her before you got here. She could have been your sister, brother, father, daughter from another lifetime. This lifetime, she's your mother. You just need her womb to come through and get your astrological chart. You just need a date of birth. Look at the movie Soul when they're just jumping through the portal to come down to earth. You're coming through your mother through the portal, right? You had to have so you manipulated your father because he had the sperm, which was important, and your mother had the egg, which was important. Father and mother supposed to work together so that thing opens up. You come through. Now you're in the physical. You're a baby. You catch mass, come into a full body, 130 pounds, 200 pounds, whatever you grow to. Then you begin to age. And if you accept death and choose death, then you move on, and then you can now potentially be an ancestor. But guess what? Everybody ain't fit to be an ancestor. Because if you was an asshole down here on the plane, then you will be an asshole there. That's more for you to heal with. If you die from a disease down here, you take those diseases with you. If you die of cancer here, you got cancer in the next life. If you divorce down here a lot, that's because you divorced a lot in the last life. You're supposed to figure out, how do I get in a standing relationship that can suit me? Same thing for everything. If you broke this lifetime, you was broke last lifetime. How do you get into your ancestors so you stop this particular trend, this rebirth trend, this wheel of samskara that you're on, right? Oh, this is my last lifetime. It don't work like that. You can't just profess it. You got to put some practice in, right? So hopefully this is making sense. I've been thinking about this right on time. You've been thinking about this, and this video was right on time, and you feeling it, you need to go to thecosmicjedi.com/LAWS and come on into class tomorrow. It's only $88. If you're watching this 2 days after the class is over or 2 years after the class is over, go to the same link, and guess what? There to be the replay. You need this information. You need this wisdom. They told me to download it and give it to you. They already downloaded it to me. So tomorrow I'll be putting it in class in an organized setting. This is just let you know some of the talking points that we do tomorrow. Ancestral power. We're doing ancestral power, ancestrals and emotional magic, ancestral freedom, ancestors and emotions, big ancestor energy, the science of ancestral magic, healing your ancestors. What's the ritual you need to do if an ancestor, needs healing on the other side? How do you get in contact with them? How do you respond to an ancestor who's getting in contact with you? You don't know how to respond to that. Ancestor moon magic is the first time I've ever taught that. They told me to put that together, show me how to do it, unlocking your ancestors, ancestral high magic, and then also being the lighthouse for your ancestors. If you're going to break the generational curses and clean up the ancestral debris, you're responsible. You are responsible for that. Right. If you got any comments, questions, or feedback, or any comments real quick, I answer before we say prayer and get up out of here. I also have more talking points than that. I was just telling my VA, the way of the superior ancestor. Don't you want your ancestors to be superior, or you want them to be average? The making of an ancestor, the journey of an ancestor, ancestors in mystery schools, right? What about mystery schools? What about mystery schools? Like Freemasonry over here, Rosicrucians, Knights Templar. Your ancestors can go into mystery schools and assist you from that side. Did you know that? Wow. Strong and clever ancestors. You need a strong and clever ancestor. To get a strong and clever ancestor, you got to put some work in and contribute to them. If you want a strong and clever ancestor, you need that. What's your ancestor's credit or karma score? You got a credit score, you got a karma score. Your ancestor does too. How much is it going to cost to get it paid? Woo! Can you just pay it down? Can you pay it off? Can you deliver your ancestor? Because how much karma do they got? Yeah. And where are your ancestors and how did they get there? Some of your ancestors is in hell. Some of your ancestors is close by. Some of your ancestors are in hospitals. There's a movie you should all of y'all should go watch. It's called it's on Amazon Prime. Um, it's called Astral City. Yep. Everybody should watch Astral City. If you want to like order the movie on DVD or something, I would do that. Highly suggest it. But and it's English subtitle. It's a it's in Portuguese. Astral City, a spiritual journey. Man, do I suggest you cop this right here. Yes. Your consciousness, your whole expanding of the consciousness. Why do you think they call it conscious community? You know what I'm saying? Because you are expanding your consciousness. So this, yeah, yeah. I got it up on the screen over here on YouTube, so you might not see it on Instagram, but don't worry about it. Yeah, Astral City. And this is, I want to see. This is a heavy, 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 heavy movie. The DVD is $22. You can get a Blu-ray, $27.99, or you can just go and rent it. I got used ones for $11.99. Astral City, a spiritual journey. They be putting so much stuff right up on our nose. I'm just a collective one who's already went and seen it all. So now I'm passing it on to you. So peep that. Also, like I said, you might want to peep Soul. There's the piece on Soul where uh they're jumping down to Earth through the portal, right? And they're trying to like tell them like how, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They're trying to tell him how to get down to Earth. Is it SOL or is it SOUL? What is it? Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Getting to Earth and like, how do you get down to Earth? Yeah, you flying down to Earth. Yeah, I'm not about to. I ain't gonna do too much with YouTube like that because they like to flag you or something, or say you did something when I haven't done anything. So I'm not gonna necessarily play with them like that. But if you just type in Soul Movie Jumping to Earth, you'll see these videos, right? Highly, the two things I highly recommend is watching Soul and watching watching put it, I don't even want no sound or anything. Or watching, what is it? Astral City. If you can't come, if you ain't gonna come see me, please watch one of these bad boys right here. I would love to find out how to break these down. Um, ooh, somebody did. Somebody said Pixar's movie, How Soul Exposes Find Your Life Purpose in 8 minutes. Yeah, this is a hot, hot, hot one. Oh, they got the clips right here. I might have to make something out of this. Download this and make it pop. So yes, go check out Soul whenever you can and Astral City. But if you really want to get into it, you'll be in class tomorrow. Come on through class tomorrow, and we'll get into this whole situation a little more than what you had imagined. It's a lot deeper than you thought it was about your ancestors. Where's the one where they just in the hole jumping down to Earth? Yeah. Like after you finish, like when you die, you thinking your ancestors just going to I just go to heaven or go to hell and stuff like that. It don't work like that. Like you got to get down there right. See how he trying to jump down and all of that through the portal, look like he taking mushrooms and stuff. Right. And it is somebody keeping count too. Believe that. It's definitely somebody keeping count of how many souls came down to earth. All right. Thank you so much. The Umbrella Academy. I ain't heard about that one, but I will. Hey, guess what? It ain't like I won't watch it. I will find it because I do have the Fire Stick. Yeah. So look, thank you so much. I found you in peace. I leave you in prayer. I'm gonna check you in a little bit. I'm gonna see you in class. Thank you for listening to this while we drunk some tea, or you twisted one up, or you was making breakfast, or you was cleaning up around the house. Got this joint done in less than 40 minutes. I like it. Hey. Peace to you. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams. I'm standing on that all day. Make sure you come through and stick and stay with OE Sun, Cosmic Jedi's. You got any questions, you can just come over to the site, send me a chat, and let's get it popping. You can get this replay of class 1, 2, 3, or 4 at any moment that you want to get it. It's easy breezy. Salute. Let's take a nice big inhale. Slow exhale. Anabakoa Gijalaki Tatia Tezara, Kabel Renan, Amcha Sakunu, Tahara Nunara, Na Gibor, Shea Yakadeka, Kabava Shaman, Barkum Tam, Rakame, Tazika Taker to meet Gamma, the Scene Kadosh, Aru Tufka, Nahel Adateka, the Keep Gale, Chapanez, or Craig Katushka Taker, Shavata Nukabel, Lushma, Tazaka Tanu, Yadea Talamon, Rukshem, Makuto, Alam Vaed. Peace, 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 peace. Touch by finesse. What it do, what it do, what it do. All right. I'm going to holler at y'all. 5000 G. Peace.